Hey there, everybody. I hope all of you are having a great Sunday. Man, it is such a pretty day here, and I plan to do this video and then go outside and do some yard work. I've been house cleaning all morning, and I'm ready to kind of take a break in my day before I start cleaning on the outside of the house. I'm using my personal flow journal as well as my junk mail journal here. I'm combining these two things to make a project. So I'm kind of using the elements in the flow journal to create a collage in this book, and then from there it is going to progress into art trading cards. So, you know, just kind of a nice flow going on here this morning. The first thing that I need to do is I would like to go through here and choose a piece of junk mail board. You know, this is a true junk journal because it's all junk that came in the mail. And I wanted to choose a piece of board that would help me. You know, I like that, but I also really kind of like that image as well. You know, this is a big piece right here. I think I started planning to do something here, but I didn't quite get it done. So we're going to, this is a big advertisement piece. And the cool thing about it is that it has a little bit of fall going on, which is kind of the vibe that I'm going for here. So I'm going to lay that to the side. We'll go ahead and get the junk mail journal out of the way. I'm going really simple today, you guys. I'm using a Dick Blick glue stick as well as some scissors. So very easy, very simple. Let's start going through our junk journal. Our flow journal. I can see that I need to add what I made in the session that I did last week. I need to add these things to the pockets. Now, these are elements that I created from the flow journal. Great thing about a flow journal, y'all, is that you can make, you know, art trading cards. I made some tags. I made some art trading coins. I've got all kinds of things going on here. But then the cool thing is you can just slip them right back into the journal. So I want to find a place to just kind of stick these things in. Let me go over here. This one says The Ordinary. You know, and I may pull these out and do some happy mails with them. It's fun to just, I like the way that one came out. Things to see. It's a nice tag. So you're always, you know, a flow journal is a recycled kind of project that just goes on and on and on and on and on. There's just no limit to the life of a flow journal. It's kind of like a ghosty, you know, it just keeps hanging around, and honestly, it just kind of keeps getting more and more interesting. So I want to go through the flow journal, choose some papers. I might even use that. What do I have here? Might choose some of this. That might work. So I'm just going to take that out. I also really like these images, you know, just kind of for digging the orange. Believe it or not, I can't believe I said that, but I did. And you've got all kinds of things in here to work with, you know, as far as collage goes. I think this is a Farmer's Almanac. Yeah, I'm going for kind of a Halloween-ish vibe with these. So these words here are great. So I'm going to take that out. Do you see how easy it is to just remove things from your journal? You know, it's just super easy. Kind of looking for colors. I'm a bit bundled up today because it was kind of chilly outside this morning. When I started working in the house, you know, have that, and I smell like bleach. Yeah. But that does tell you that things are clean, right? Okay, I think that will do it. And I'm just going to put my, whoops, I forgot my mini book. Put my mini book back in here. And there we go. We'll get this out of the way as well. Put that over there. All right, let's, you know, just kind of take a look at what you have to collage with. Now, like I said, you know, these background colors are going to go with what I'm kind of envisioning. So, you know, we've got these golden fall leaves going on. I do like the gray. I like the orange that we have going on down here. Sometimes like the best way to work with something like this is to just kind of go ahead and just tear some strips of paper, and then that way you can kind of just get going on it, and you aren't too fussed about, you know, creating anything but a background. So, you know, you have to do that old golf trick, right? So you can't think ahead. You're just thinking about what you're doing right now, and right now we're just making a background. This is a nice page too, because we've got, you know, nice browns. We've got some goldens going on. We've got some black and white going on. So I think that these will work out really well. So there we go. I have to tear a few more of those. I really do like these as well. So we're going to tear off a couple of those. And then as far as this Farmer's Almanac goes, I'm just going to leave that like it is, because it's really the words down here that I'm going for. And then, you know, the orange. To me, this is just the easiest way to get you know, kind of a collage substrate going. All right. Again, I'm doing the easy thing, which is I'm not taking out any wet media. I'm just doing glue stick on the recycled piece of junk mail. So, you know, we're gonna wanna just get started. The first day of fall? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Crazy, isn't it? I just don't know what happened to the year, you know, despite the weirdness. It's like the year just kind of flew by. Which might be a good thing, y'all. Might be a good thing. I'll do a little bit of, now this orange is cardstock, so it might be a bit tricky to just kind of put down. Just something so fun about gluing and not using Mod Podge and stuff like that. Even though at some point, you know, this might be a two-part video, because at some point I'm going to have to kind of let this dry. And then I might put a layer of Mod Podge over it. I like the way that gray tears so nicely. You know, and it's got that creepy look to it. Fun, fun. I'm watching American Horror Story. Whoa. It's a great time of year to watch American Horror Story, because it's one of those things that is, you know, it's kind of creepy and cool at the same time. It's also really funny. I know that I have an odd sense of humor, but I know that you guys who are watching it, you know, you probably know what I'm talking about. Sometimes the characters say the darndest things, especially poor Tate. So I'm disrupting, you know, I'm disrupting what is on the background here, but I'm keeping the things that I like. I'm digging this, I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm digging the orange down here, but I do see some things that I might have to cover up. This is when organizing your junk mail in a junk mail journal is very, you know, I mean, I didn't have to go searching for a piece of junk mail to alter. You know, I was very lucky and had some all ready to roll in my junk mail journal. Okay, so that's kind of like a first layer. I'm not going to go over here because I've got holes over here. Well, I mean, why not? Just cover the holes up, right? Still want to keep, there we go. That's looking cool. Got a little bit. So basically covering up what, like I said, disrupting what is underneath, right? Kind of like that, so. There we go. Nice. Now we're kind of coming back through and just doing another layer. Making the strips a little smaller. And you could, I mean, you don't have to do things, you know, vertically. You could do them horizontally, which I think I will down here. Oops. I like the way the thinness of that really worked out well. There we go. So we really got a lot of that covered over, which is cool. Now let's go back and just kind of do some patching. And you don't, I mean, it's just up to you, you know, how much do you want to cover up. I'm trying to kind of keep some leaves, but I don't see a whole lot of leaves going on down here, so oh well. I realize I see that a lot. Oh well. It's more, to me, you know, doing something like this is more about the flow of it than anything. To me, it's that flow that's super important. Okay. All right, now we've really just got some strips going here. And that's fun. There we go. I might leave his hand up there. I might leave this little part of his face. I like the gray of the shirt because that's kind of working out with my color scheme. So I'm going to leave that. Okay, I'm thinking we've got a good start here. I kind of like this image down here, so I'm just going to leave that as well. And then what I might do is turn the whole thing upside down, because then that really disrupts your basic image, right? So kind of, you don't know what it is. If you didn't know it started out as an advertisement from a gym, you kind of would not know that. All right, okay. Now, I can do a couple things. I can just leave it like it is and just go ahead and proceed with my cutting it out, you know, and doing my art trading cards. I think I will kind of sit here and do a tiny bit of Mod Podge, but I don't want to cover the whole thing. And I also kind of think I might kind of want to put a little bit of just white paint on here. I also have some chalk paint, but I don't think that's going to dry fast enough. But I do have some gray, but I think the white might look really good. So let's shake up a little bit of white. Now this is a super cheap acrylic craft paint. This is not gesso or anything like that. It's just some craft paint. So just gonna put that on there and then just kind of wipe it off with a credit card. Not too much, because you know I do still want to see the leaves. Now remember what we've done. We have taken something out of a junk mail journal. We've used elements from a flow journal, brought them to the junk mail journal, and now we're making art trading cards. It's nice to really be able to marry your journals together and make them work for you, right? And then it also, you'll notice that I hardly have anything around me. I don't have piles of supplies around me because I have not needed them. You know, we're just doing something super basic here. I'm blessed to have a heat tool, but I'm not going to use that right now. I got to get it to a point where it's quite wet. So we might have to use that heat tool. All right. Let's plug this in. Okay, it's totally getting dry now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push this over to the side, and I want to bring the So this is drying, and you could have stopped right here. I mean, look how fun that came out. And you could have, you know, you could have repunched your holes over here and put it back into your junk mail journal, and you would have had an instant background to work with, which is a lot of fun. Anytime you can, you know, create quickly, to me, that is what flow is all about. I want to use some of these words from this, again, a page that we pulled out of our flow journal. This is the American Farm and Home Almanac for the year 1975. It's prepared by the editors of the Farmer's Almanac, published for 158 consecutive years. So what I want to do is take, because this contains a lot of good verbiage, containing bits of logic, formulas for good cookery, weather prognostications, humor, poetry, and odds and ends, designed for your enjoyment and edification. You gotta love that. So I'm gonna just kind of, you know, always look on the back. I'm gonna take this off here. I want to, again, this is from my flow journal, okay? So I want to be able to put these words in these small blanks right here. So in order to do that and not lose a whole bunch of stuff, for good, formulas, bits of logic, containing. May not use containing, but that's okay. We've got it to use if we want it. Cookery. I like prognostications and weather, but I like humor, but I'm not sure I'm going to use that one. You know, cookery, that'll be a good one. Poetry and odds, because I need words on my art trading cards. Poetry, odds and ends. Okay, all right, so I have some words here. And I have this cool piece of paper, again, that came from my flow journal. I want to put the words into these little blanks. And then what I'll probably do is kind of tear these and give them a bit of a distressed look. So we've got odds and ends, for good. If you're doing something Halloween-y, you know, then Halloween-y, Halloween-ish. You kind of got the good and the bad going on there. Bits of logic. Cookery. You know, cause witches' brews and spells and things like that. You know, witches are into the weather because that's a very important natural aspect of being a witchy person. Formulas. Of course, if you're creating potions, you need a formula. And chants, you know, your incantations or something like poetry. You know, your spells are designed for you. Oh, this says designed for your, so we might want to put that one up here. Humor. Let's see what else we have here. Prognostications. All right. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Let's see if we can get one more. Oh, we forgot enjoyment and edification. 10. 11. Enjoyment and containing. Okay, guys, let's see how our substrate is looking. Okay, this is looking good. So I think we can go ahead and cut this into 2.5 by 3.5 art trading cards. Grab my cutter. This is cool because it's going to make quite a few. I gotta look at that crease, y'all, because I want to cut that out so our art trading card is not creased. But that's cool, you know, that's a nice strip, and we might use that for, you know, something decorative. Okay. Oh, I just really like the way they turned out. Can you guys see that? That thump you're hearing is the table thumping against the wall. My table is set up really close to my wall. This is your ASMR time. Nothing quite like hearing chunky paper go through a paper cutter. When I used to listen to Jenny Belly, I mean, it was more about the sound of Jenny creating was just like, oh, just like heaven. She's just happy. You know, she just has like the best, her videos are just chunky and they feel good. Oh man, she has a great new video about, I'll put a link to it. She kind of does the definition, descriptions of a flow journal, not a flow journal, a junk, you know, what's the difference between a junk journal and an art journal, and it's just awesome. I just really do love it. Okay, what do we end up with here? So we have 8 cards. Cool. Let's go ahead and put these together. Now, here's the fun part. This is Leanne's new, you guys know how much I love Leanne at Creative Freedom Paper. These are her Ghost Pals. Now, in her shop, these are new. So you've got Ghost Pals, you've got these really awesome spooky bottles that even, they're Moon Dust and Polyjuice. Now, Polyjuice was a Harry Potter thing. It was it made you look like a different person. I'm not much into Harry Potter, but I did have to look up Polyjuice. I wouldn't know what I was doing. And some Playful Bats. So this is her new collection, Creative Freedom Paper. I will put a link to her website, to her Etsy store. I want to use, now I may use the potions in addition to, but I'm really thinking I'm just going to use the ghosts for these art trading cards. Because they're really, I mean, it's all fun, but I'm thinking that the ghosts will look kind of super neato here. So let's go ahead and look. I love the eyes. I mean, look at how creative she was with the eyes. Look at these starry eyes right here. All right, so first thing that we want to do is we're going to choose our ghosts to go on our art trading cards. I love this little fella here. I think he's so cute. I like his starry eyes. Love this one too. He's looking up. There's a sweetheart. Oh my goodness, she always does such a great job with these, y'all. There we go. This one's cute because she has eyelashes. And sweet. And there we go. All right, cool. All right, now let's add our verbiage onto these. Remember we just took a piece of vintage Farmer's Almanac and used the words that were on the front of that Farmer's Almanac just to make it kind of, I don't want it to look too put together, so we're going to kind of make it a little bit shabby-ish looking. This is not sticking down too good. There we go. All right, so we're going to, okay, we're going to use the word odds and ends right there. Isn't that cute? Ghosts are kind of made up of odds and ends, aren't they? They're stuck in the, a little bit of stuck in the world. They don't quite know where they fit in. They can't escape. They can't move on. You know, in the case of American Horror Story, it's, you know, a house that is attracting them, which is so, yeah, I've seen that before. I've experienced that, and it is terrifying. But they're just trapped, you know, in a way. You have to kind of just feel sorry for them. But those were fun days doing the accompanying my friend on her investigations. I'll never not believe ever again. Right, this one says bits of logic. And ghosts really do have like bits of logic. Now, this looks like a lady ghost, and she might be into some cookery. She might be cooking up some potions. This guy looks, he kind of looks a bit old. He has some wrinkles around his eyes. Because he has wrinkles around his eyes, I'm going, whoa. I'm going to use humor, because I want him to, he has laugh lines, not sad lines. This is our sweetheart ghost. And she likes poetry because she's a romantic at heart. This is our, because he's looking up, we're going to call him Weather. He's the ghost that predicts the weather in the haunted house where they all live. I'm making up a story. Right, now she looks like starstruck. So I can definitely see her going to a tarot reader to get prognostications about her future. So we'll do that there. All right, my friends, we are done. I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was really fun to use Leanne's new, where did I put that? Oh, there it is right there. New Ghost Pals stickers in her Etsy store. So let's see what we got here. We did prognostications. Remember, we started with a piece of junk mail from our junk mail journal. We did some collage on that, and then we just hit it with just a little bit of white paint. I don't have any gesso. And then we did poetry and humor, cookery, bits of logic, for good, and poor old ghosts. They're at odds and ends. They don't quite know what's going on. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that this gives you an idea about all the things that you can use a flow journal for. It is just an endless book of art supplies. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you soon. Take